what does it take to be? What does it take to be courageous? Doing the right thing against the odds, standing up for yourself against the odds, standing up for other people against the odds, standing up for your belief against the odds, not being a follower against the odds, always against the odds. It's not courageous otherwise, is it? It's not courageous if you just if you're doing what's right, but it's easy. Well, I suppose if you're doing what's right, you're doing what's right. You know, if you're doing what's right, good on you. You ain't got to, you're living an easy life. If you're doing what's right every single day or every minute of every second, then mate, all the more power to everyone that does that, and everyone should do that. But the reality is, it's not the case, is it? I've made so many mistakes. It's it's unreal. But being courageous, I mean, a courageous person, a courageous inmate. I've seen people save people that are attempting to, you know, do something silly to themselves. Multiple times I've seen that. You know, you don't really read about that a lot in the newspapers. Putting themselves on the line to save someone else. Being a listener. I mean, being a listener. I spoke about that before. Being a listener when you work for the Samaritans, you're listening to people's problems. You know, you're listening to some not very nice stuff, really, isn't you? If you're a listener, but you know, I'm talking myself out of the courageous thing for the listener, because people are not really doing it for the noblest of reasons. Maybe they are, but ultimately it's to look good on your record, isn't it? So you can get whatever. But prisoners, like people on the wing that will just take their time out to go and see someone that's down and feeling down about themselves. Go and give them something. No, take what little stuff they've got out of their own pad and give it to mate who's feeling down. I've seen loads of people do that. You know, put an arm around someone's shoulder. Take the time to make sure someone's all right. And do you know what? It's usually the people that you're shocked. That it's usually shocking to see the person that's doing it as well, and like making someone feel better. You think, you know, the annoying person on the wing, the sort of person that might rear up and be short-tempered or whatever. They're usually the ones that have got like loads of empathy for someone that's feeling down and needs someone to look after them. That's a bit courageous, isn't it? Because I didn't take the time out to. Maybe I did here and there. Maybe I did. Maybe I had good days here and there where I thought, you know what, I'll go and help him out. But on the whole, I didn't. Well, acting like that. That's righteous as well, isn't it? Courageous, righteous, all the good and positive words that you could think of that you could say about someone, anyone, man, woman, child, inside, outside, whatever. No, but courageous, you know, standing up, what you think's right, knowing you're about to get, knowing you could get twisted up, but still standing up to the 10 screws, no matter what. Because if you know you're right, I'm not just talking about kicking off because you've been caught out, you know what I mean? When you know you're right, and you're standing up for it, and you're standing up for that belief, no matter what, even if you know you're gonna, you're gonna get worse over it, you know. But ultimately, it always gets better. That's the thing, isn't it? Ultimately, it always gets better if you just keep persevering. You'll get through the badness and hit the light on the other side. It sounds all silly and cliched and cheesy and all that, but it's true. It is true. If more people realised it, it would be a better turnout all round, wouldn't it? Better turnout. You know, courageous. And I'm not talking about standing up. But it is brave. It is brave and courageous standing up, like against the odds when you know things are going to get physical, and you know you're probably going to lose. Not many people do that. You know, there can't be. There's not that many times I've gone. I've turned around and seen 10 geezers and thought, right, that's it, top off. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm I'm in fighting, by the way. Uh, um, yeah. There's not many times I've done that. Have I been courageous in my life? Not many times. Not many times. Uh, Courageousness, a courageous. Tell you what, it like blowing smoke up my own backside now. I just thought this way, and but it's true. Courage. If you're if you're if you want to turn your back on your life, your previous life, existence, yeah, because it's not really life. You're only existing. If you're in and out of Nick, on road for 10 minutes, banged up for 2 years, back on road for 20 minutes, behind the door again for 4 years. That's what I was doing, in and out, in and out. But it's comfortable as well. It's comfortable as well. Like even though it's an existence. It's not a life. It's what people know. In my experience, it's all my experience as well. Yeah, obviously I can't talk about anyone else. I'm only talking about myself. Yeah, but you just it's a comfortable thing in it to do the same thing. Yeah, even if we know it's bad, like comfort eating. We know it's bad for us, but we do it. Yeah, because it's comfort. It's saying you've done loads of times and you're comfortable doing it, and it hence comfort eating. Yeah, so you're in and out all the time, but you're with the same people. You haven't got the pressure of meeting new people, and all these little things. One thing, you haven't got the pressure of meeting someone. That sounds silly. Yeah, but that's a one little thing, and then you've got another little thing, and another little thing, and another little thing, and then you've got a million little things which all equal one massive thing, and it's all like little anxieties, isn't it? All building up, all equal in one massive ball of anxiety. Yeah. So you do the same thing because it's easy, isn't it? Yeah. I do the same thing because it's easy. So, is it courageous to say, do you know what, I've had enough? I've had enough of this. Is it courageous to turn your back on all your mates, everything you know? And I'm genuinely not talking about myself now, I'm really not. I'm saying it's a courageous thing to do for people to, it's a big step, isn't it? To turn around and go, I've had enough, change your number, don't tell all your mates you changed your number. That's another thing, because these are your friends, you know. You all might be little buggers, little troublemakers, like, but they're your friends, isn't it? You've known them for a long time. You've got memories together, good and bad. It's not every single memory you share with someone of that life is bad, is it? You wouldn't hang about with someone that you didn't like. It doesn't matter what life you're leading. So you know, turning your back on your friends, turning your back on your going to a new area, starting totally from the bottom, yeah. Because when you get out as well, you are literally starting from the bottom. You're in a worse place than someone that's just left school and going out on their own. You've literally got less than that person. Like, you've got nothing. So to just go off, if you do really want to be courageous and change your life around and all that, then you got to make courageous moves, innit? You can't just say, oh, I want to be courageous, but I can't really be bothered to put the work in. Because eventually there's going to come a point when you're feeling a bit, I keep saying we talk about me here. Eventually there's going to come a point when I'm feeling a bit down or a bit angry, I've had an argument or whatever. I've looked at my phone. There's like 20 missed calls off my best pal, and I think, oh, why am I doing this to myself? It's on. You know what I mean? That's as easy as it is as well. That's as easy as it is with all the best intentions in the world. If you're getting out and you're not prepared to put no work in, then you're eventually going to go and do the same thing again. Something's got to click in your head, innit? And you've got to, because you're not thinking, oh, I'm being brave and I'm being courageous here when I'm doing all this stuff here. You're thinking, oh, why am I being silly? Why am I ignoring my friends? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing it? But ultimately, you get out of life what you put in, yeah. You get out of life what you put in. If you put in nothing, you get nothing out, yeah. If you're putting in hard work to change your life around, it will happen. It will happen because you attract what you're putting out anyway, like a magnet. You do. It's true, isn't it? If you're that's why they say like minds think, like seek it, whatever the saying is. I'm not even going to try and think of it, but you seek out like minds, isn't it? So if you're in the pub and if I'm in the pub and I'm acting like a bit of a donut, I'm going to attract donuts, isn't I? And that's who I'm going to hang about with, and that's who. Oh mate, none of my friends are donuts. Bless you, bless every single one of you. But you know what I'm saying. It's and it gets easier as well. It gets easier. Acting courageous, and it is courageous. Turning your back on all your friends, turning your back on all your life, your old existence. It's not a life, it's existence. You know, going to a new manor where you don't. I've got to make it about myself, ain't I? Because it's about mine. But so you don't know anyone, you don't do this, and it's all like, I'm not saying it's scary, like, oh, I'm so scared, but it's all unknown is scary, yeah? All unknown is a little bit uneasy. That's why we stick to comfort. It's not courageous, is it? It's not brave. You've got to be a little bit brave here and there to make steps, to make, I don't mean steps, I mean, like, to move proper forward in life, yeah? You've got to take little bits of things here and there, and it's got to come a point when you think, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm just rotting away doing nothing. Time to act courageous. Time to act courageous. Turn away, turn around, and don't look back. Literally, don't walk back. And the further you've walked, the more footsteps you take, the easier it gets as well. Yeah, because you haven't got it, like, because at first you're thinking, oh, I'm letting people down, I'm doing this, doing that, I don't want people to ego steps in, I don't want people thinking bad of me, this, that. Literally, what people think of you has no bearing on how I feel in reality. Once I realised it, how people feel and think and act has no bearing on how I feel. It's how I react to situations that make me act certain ways. Yeah. So once you realise that, once you think, actually, that doesn't affect me, I can just turn away. And if I don't know about it, then it doesn't affect me. So the longer you walk, the longer you walk away, the easier it gets, because you start realising, you start thinking, right, do I need this mate? He's a good mate, I love him to death, but do I need him in my life? Every time he's around, trouble, and I don't want trouble, so he's got to go. You know what I mean? Oh, I've known him since he was in school, blah blah blah. Yeah, oh yeah, but he's too much. And if it don't take a lot for me to start, it don't take much arm pulling for me to start going down that way. Oh, he's got to go as well. Oh, I love him, but you're trying to be a new person. You can't be a new person dragging your old life with you. You've got to be courageous. And just knock it all away. Just walk and just keep going. Just don't turn around. People say when you get out, don't turn away. Like if you turn around, you go back. Sort of a similar thing. Don't turn around, because if you turn around, you might start feeling a little bit nostalgic or something. You know what I mean? Might see your mate looking all like puppy-eyed dog at you, puppy eyes at you. You know what I mean? You've just got to keep going, keep being brave, and keep going forward, because nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. Nobody. So there's no point worrying about it. In reality, nobody knows. You only know what's going to happen. 1 second, I know what's going to happen. 1 second, I know what's going to happen. I'm about to say I know what's going to happen again. I know what's going to happen, but I don't know what's going to happen in 10 minutes. I genuinely don't. Nobody does. I could fall down the stairs. I could win the lottery. You know what I mean? I've got 2 lottery tickets in my wallet that I ain't checked for like 2 months. Adios if they're winners. It's all about positivity, man. Positive thoughts trickle down. Yeah, if you're riddled with negativity, it spews out. It does come out. Yeah, you just gotta be positive about things, and positive things will happen. That sounds so cliched and so cheesy, but it's true, man. It's so true. And if you don't want to, and if you don't want to keep going in and out, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, and what do I know? If you don't want to keep going out, you've got to be a little bit brave, a little bit courageous, and go, do you know what? See ya, and just walk off into the unknown. The unknown ain't scary. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you like that, hit subscribe, and we'll chat again. Adios.